Hello, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk English. I'm James.
And I'm Emma. We're here to help you improve your English.
Let's get started.
Have you ever stopped to think, really think, about how much power a simple smile has? I mean, it sounds kind of basic, right? But get this. Smiling does way more than we realize. And in this deep dive, we're going to break down all the ways it can seriously upgrade your life.
It's true. What really gets me is how our brains are wired to react to smiles. And not just on like a surface level, happy to see you kind of way.
Okay, so let's get into it. When I think happy brain chemicals, endorphins are the first thing that come to mind. Those are the ones we usually associate with like a good workout, right? Our body's natural painkiller.
Exactly. And get this, studies actually show that your brain, well, you can't really tell the difference between a genuine laugh and you just deciding to smile when it comes to releasing those endorphins.
Whoa, hold on. Are you serious? So even if I'm stressed out and I just make myself smile, I'm still getting those feel-good chemicals? That's pretty amazing.
It really is. Like a little cheat code for your nervous system. You see, even those super subtle expressions, those teeny smiles that you might not even notice, they can actually tell our brains that we're safe. And that can actually stop your stress response in its tracks.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. So it's not just about like faking it till you make it. It's that our brains are literally getting on board with feeling better, even if it starts with a small smile.
Exactly. And it goes way beyond just feeling better in the moment when you're stressed too. Smiling can actually have a measurable impact on your overall mental well-being long term.
Okay, now I'm really interested. I've heard about things like serotonin being involved, but what's the link between just smiling and those big picture mood changes?
Well, it all goes back to serotonin. When we smile, our brains release it. And it's a major player in how we regulate, like our overall mood.
So it's more than just a quick burst of feeling good. Our brains take that smile and like stretch it out into a longer lasting positive feeling.
Yeah, exactly. And, we've been talking a lot about stress. Well, smiling actually has a real measurable effect on how our bodies deal with stress.
Oh, yeah. I'm really curious about that. Does it actually make a difference?
Big time. There are studies that show pretty clearly that even when we're in stressful situations, just smiling can lower our cortisol levels.
Cortisol, that's the stress hormone, right? The one that messes with your sleep and can even make you gain weight.
You got it. So when you're smiling and reducing that cortisol, you're not just like feeling better mentally, you're doing your body a huge favor too. And there's even more to it.
Okay, now you have to tell me, what else can smiling do?
Well, you know how we always hear about stress being bad for your heart? There's a really interesting connection there. See, smiling helps you relax, which actually lets your blood vessels open back up. And that can lower your blood pressure.
Wait, so are you saying that frowning is literally bad for your heart? I mean, talk about motivation to smile more.
I know, right? And it gets even more fascinating when we think about, like, the social side of smiling. Think of it as a universal language, one that instantly makes you seem more approachable, more trustworthy.
Oh, for sure. I know I've felt that, like, immediately when someone gives a genuine smile. It just puts you at ease, It's like you're building that connection right away.
Exactly. Researchers even call it social glue, because it actually helps build stronger relationships. Just a simple smile can have this ripple effect, It brightens someone else's day and just makes the whole atmosphere more positive.
Love that. There's that saying, something like, a smile is a curve that sets everything straight. And speaking of setting things straight, I've always wondered about smiling at work, Can it actually give you an advantage in your career?
Well, I can't say that smiling alone will get you a promotion. It definitely helps create a more positive and productive work environment. Just think about it. When someone smiles at their colleagues, they're seen as more approachable, someone you actually want to work with.
So true. I know for me, I'm way more likely to want to collaborate with someone if they seem friendly and approachable, especially in a work setting where things can be so serious.
Absolutely. And it goes beyond just being the nice one. When you have leaders who prioritize that positive culture, who encourage smiling, it builds trust in the team, it improves morale, and ultimately you just end up with a more successful team overall.
So it's not just being polite. It's about making a workplace that's more in sync, But let's be real for a sec. Not all of us are walking around with a huge grin all the time. What about those of us who might need a little help in the smiling department? Is it even possible to, train ourselves to smile more and for it to be authentic?
Oh, absolutely. It's all about shifting your mindset, getting into a more positive headspace, and making these small changes that over time really add up. Like one really powerful tool is practicing gratitude. Just taking a moment to think about the good things in your life can really shift your perspective, and that often brings a natural smile to your face.
I love that. It's like a little reminder of all the good stuff, even when things might feel tough. Are there other strategies that work?
Definitely. Another simple one that really works is positive self-talk. How we talk to ourselves, it makes a huge difference in our mood, how we see things. So instead of focusing on all the negative stuff, try reframing those thoughts. Make them more positive and encouraging.
So it's about catching yourself when you have those not so great thoughts, and then making the choice to look at things from a more hopeful, optimistic view.
Exactly. And don't underestimate how much your environment affects you. Surround yourself with positive people, things that inspire you, even just uplifting places to be. You'll be amazed by how much your surroundings shape your mood and your behavior.
Totally. It's like that saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're around negativity constantly, it's going to be a lot harder to find your own smile.
Yeah, it's true. The people we're around, the stuff we see, it all makes a difference. But I bet there are people listening who are thinking, like, what if I don't really feel like smiling? Won't it just seem, I don't know, fake? Oh, totally. I hear that a lot. And it's important. It's not about just slapping on a fake grin all day long.
Yeah.
It's more about like making these little choices day after day that add up to a more positive, joyful life.
Yeah.
And when you feel that genuine happiness, your smile, it'll reflect that naturally.
So it's not forcing it. It's more like setting the stage so that authentic happiness can happen more easily. And sometimes that might mean those little acts of smiling, even if they feel a tad intentional at first.
You got it. You're basically building those positive connections in your brain, one smile at a time. And you might be surprised how fast those small changes can lead to a more genuine, lasting joy.
This has been awesome. We've covered so much. From how our brains react to smiling to how it affects our mental and physical health, our relationships, even our careers. Who knew something as simple as a smile could be this powerful?
I know, right? It just goes to show that sometimes the smallest things can have the biggest impact, both on our own lives and on the people around us.
I'm definitely feeling inspired to smile a little more today. But before we go, I have a little challenge for you. How about for the next week, you just kind of notice how often you smile, not to force it or anything, but just to become aware of it. See if it changes how you feel, how you interact with people, how your day goes. It could be an interesting experiment.
I love that. Think of it as a smile awareness challenge.
Yeah.
You never know what kind of positive ripple effects you might set in motion.
Exactly. And hey, even if nothing else, I bet just thinking about smiling probably made your day a little brighter. Go out there and share those smiles with the world. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time.
For more awesome content, like, comment, and subscribe.